Hi everybody, Graham here, and these are my hands, and this is my dirty desk. This is going to be a different type of video. This is just going to be a kind of rambling slash ranty video, maybe about collecting and my approach to basic video game collecting in the year 2024. This is all came because the last kind of 3 years I have been collecting for the N64. I'm 217 games into like 240 odd, so I've only got maybe 30 to go. But realistically, out of the 30 left, there was maybe only 3 or 4 that I actually want to play, and they are starting to get a bit more expensive. So I decided today that I'm going to kind of start selling off some of the games that I didn't play, some of the N64 games that I didn't play, and it just kind of got me thinking about how I'm going to direct my collecting efforts, say, in 2024. So like, first of all, like I will say, 2023 was an excellent year for collecting. Obviously, James and I went to Portland, the Retro Gaming Expo, we went to Seattle, Pink Gorilla, picked up a lot of very cool stuff. So there is a lot of stuff that I am going to keep for the collection. Big games, kind of like, say, like Resident Evil and Conker's Bad Fur Day, Super Mario, Mario Kart, Mario Party, all that stuff, I'm going to be keeping all of them. All the kind of games I had when I was younger, I'm going to keep all of them, but kind of sell off mostly kind of like, you know, the shovelware, the racing games, the things I'm not going to play. Like, say like Rat Attack and Base Hunter, they're no Bass Hunter. They're no the hardest games to get anymore. They're still going for a decent price, so I think, you know, now is the time to maybe start shifting them. Again, kind of during the year, like I did actually pick up a lot of cool things at Portland and Seattle. I managed to get Zelda, which I've been after for a long time, gold, off of the Beautiful Bob, and then again at the expo I managed to get these. So kind of what I'm hoping to do for the year 2024 is actually start kind of buying the games that I want to play. So I'm no longer kind of interested in like full collections now, because I do have limited space, I do have limited funds, and I'm not really, you know, I'm not really wanting to take up loads of space with maybe games that I'm not going to play and that I didn't necessarily want. There is a load of stuff that I'm going to collect for still. Like, I'm still going to get a load of GameCube stuff. I do want to start building the kind of Game Boy collection, even if it's like the odd peripheral here and there. Like, I've got fucking 4 N64 consoles. I've ordered a new one. I've got like fucking 19 controllers. I've got loads of controllers, loads of different controllers, and as you've seen in other videos, hopefully, you know, I'm using like stupid controllers with the N64 just because I can. So realistically speaking, now I'm going to start kind of redirecting my collecting efforts to start getting the games I want to play, rather than just having games on a shelf for the sake of it, because I think that doesn't make any sense. And like, say for example, like SNES, I would like to start building up my SNES collection a wee bit, getting the games I do actually want to play, because there's a lot, I feel there's a lot that I've missed kind of during the 90s and maybe the early 2000s when I kind of go out of gaming. There's a lot of games I've missed that I'd like to kind of go back and actually, I would like to own games that I actually want to play. Like, I've got games, I'm sure most people have, that they just kind of sit on the shelf, nobody touches them, nobody plays them, so I didn't think there's any real point in that. Like, I've got, I don't know how many versions of like FIFA, how many versions of like, you know, sports games, soccer games, everything like that, that, you know, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to sit and play them with the kids. I'd rather sell off like 10 or 15 N64 games, buy Paper Mario, and, you know, sit and play that with the kids, because we're not going to sit and play fucking Premier Manager and be like, oh, remember that time we played Premier Manager? Doesn't happen. Even still to this day, it's like Mario 64 that the kids are wanting to play, even GoldenEye and things like that. So when it comes to the N64, currently just now, with the 217 games that I've got, I'm selling 107, so it is going to be pretty much half of the games, which just kind of goes to show you, like, I've posted a picture there on Instagram showing the shelf, and the shelf's pretty fucking chocker. And like, I've got NTSC PAL, I've got NTSC America and NTSC Japanese games as well. Again, some that I'm kind of just getting for the sake of getting, like, just to have them. Like these, like NTSC J games, I got Fisendico. They were cheap just because I was ordering Fisendico anyway, so I ended up just ordering them. Say for example, like Kirby is one game I want to get in PAL. It's fairly expensive in PAL. I've got the Japanese version, which is cheap, but again, it's the Japanese version. I want the PAL version. And like games like Hey You Pikachu and what's this fucking Tamagotchi, the Game of Life, randomly, like Ogre Battle 64. Like this is, I think this is a JRPG. After the conversation we had in the latest episode of the podcast, like this is on Japanese. It's just fucking negative to be like. But again, I'm going to keep stuff like this because it's still cool. I'm still going to keep some of the cool stuff for now, anyway. And like obviously fucking Mahjong. Like this was one of the first games out on the N64, and like I'd keep it. Like again, it's not like I really need it. I just want to kind of keep it. But like again, all this stuff like what's that? Gomon. Like for example, I've got the PAL version of that. I am keeping a PAL version of that. But for some reason, like the Japanese art is always better. And Hey You Pikachu, like, well, I didn't speak Japanese, and it definitely doesn't understand a Scottish accent. Again, as well, at Portland Retro Gaming Expo, I did pick up this Mii U Mini after kind of James and KB were bigging it up something fierce. So a load of the games that I'm selling are games that I wouldn't play, but if I ever get the urge to play fucking, you know, PG European Tour, there's me. Way. If I ever do get the absolute urge to play that, I'll just fucking emulate it. Like, it's, I don't know, it's hard to say. Like, it's no, I can't even really see myself wanting to emulate them either. Like, oh Jesus. But like, say Earthbound, for example, like, I'd love to get that physically, just to have it. Chrono Trigger, like on the DS and everything like that. I would love to get all that. And again, having recently bought a PlayStation 5, there's games for that I want to get. There's a load of Switch games I want to get. And these are all going to be games that I am going to actually sit and play with the kids, and I'm going to enjoy playing myself. It's funny because this was the list of games that I was kind of ticking off as I got them. And as you can see, like there's a load of them that have been ticked off. Like it's weird because it has been 3 years, so it is going to be the end of an era, as my beautiful wife said. And it's weird. Like I posted the games on a local website, and sure in the first like 2 minutes, like 3 of the games had sold. Like 3 of the big, like the higher end games that I'm selling sold. And again, just because they're higher end doesn't mean I think I should keep them. I can't see them increasing in price any further. And again, if it's gone towards somebody else's collection, then I'd rather that, to be honest. But again, Christ, this was printed just after the pandemic. But yes, there's actually not that much left, to be honest. But like, there's games that I still need to get that I've got no interest in getting, like NBA Jam, NHL Breakaway. Like NHL 99 is the best like hockey game, and I've got that. I got that like 5 times when I first started collecting. But like, there's some like FPS games and you know like platforms and stuff that I'm not really bothered about keeping. I'm not really wanting to own them. There's no point. If I can sell them and somebody else can either play them or go towards their collection, then I'm happy with that. And again, Shadowgate, I've got like the Dutch version, so if I can get the PAL version of that, that'd be even fucking cooler. And like even though, for example, like I have hacked my Wii U, I've hacked my GameCube and all that, like I can still kind of play these games on, you know, like actual hardware, which it'd be cool to have the actual software to use with the hardware. But again, like I can still kind of emulate them somewhat on the original hardware. But again, that's all well and good. But there are some games that, you know, I'd love to just have physically. I'm not bothered about having like full collections. I just want cool games that I would actually sit and play. So I'm going to stop kind of rambling now because I think I've kind of spoken too much. I am interested in what you've got to say and how your if your collection approach has changed in the last year or even gone forward. Let me know down below, and please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. If you like this type of video, please let me know as well, because this is weird. Like you can see my hands. I feel like, you know, the fucking, what's it called? The labyrinth. She wants to go down. You know, that kind of shit. But please like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, and see you in the next one. Bye.